gentleman here in Massachusetts, an elected official, and they want to pass a ordinance. They want to force the local schools to do a mandate to teach Black history in the local school system. And they said, we'd like you to come and give your views on that. So I'd be happy to. No, they didn't know what they were getting into. They didn't know. They really didn't know. If they knew, I wouldn't have got that invitation. So the gentleman was a very respectful. By the way, the guy, the elected official who wanted to do this, a very respectful guy, you know. And he was talking about the achievement gap between blacks and white kids, which does exist. And his premise was, well, he wanted city council to mandate this curriculum, mandate a Black History Month or Black History teaching in the schools, in addition to the regular curriculum, by the way. And he said he felt that would close the achievement gap. And so the CBS correspondent said, Mr. Swimp, what do you have to say about that? I said, I think he's crazy. Really, I do. I think something's wrong with this guy. I think if he thinks that education is achievement that's based upon what you look like, then I don't know what you, and then second of all, I don't trust any politician to dictate curriculum. That's something the parents and the locals should do, Board of Education. Why is the politician involved with that? But I told him a story about my grandmother on CBS News. I said, my grandmother she's from Charleston, South Carolina, got married at 15. Okay, you know how it was, whether you were black or white. Back then, the average person was getting married very young and having kids. That's what you look like. And my grandmother was marginally literate. She wasn't completely illiterate. She was marginally literate. My grandmother had 9 children. All of them graduated from high school. And she couldn't read most of that stuff. She couldn't. Okay? But she was at their school. Okay, how many of you ever heard of Bishop England here? Okay? Most of my uncles graduated from Bishop England. The others graduated from a school called Barnes Wilson High School. Anybody heard that? Oh, yeah. Because my grandmother had a certain standard in her house. She said, you're either going to go to school or you're getting out of my house. And on Sunday, you're going to church or you're not going to eat. And she was serious. Now me, I ate every Sunday. I ate every Sunday, I promise you. I hung on to my grandmother. Everything she said, yes, grandma, yes, grandma. You know? But here's the point. When we lost a moral standard in our homes and a level of expectation was either taken away or lowered, then the family began to break down, white, black, yellow, green. It doesn't make any difference. But it started with our moral standards were compromised. Politicians and politics is not going to save America. I'm going to tell you that right now. Amen. Amen. It's going to take Americans remembering that this is a Christian nation. Now somebody you got politicians, Republican and Democrat, that are voting for Sharia law in America today. How many of you know that? I don't care what your label is. I want to see what you're really all about. Okay? I want to know, what are you really about? This is a Christian nation. The founders who founded this country were not perfect men, no doubt about it. But God had his hand on this country. And when John Hancock reviewed the Constitution of the United States of America, he said something. He said, no ordinary man could have written this Constitution. That's right. So yes, some of those founders may have been slave owners and wicked men, but God is greater than them, my friends. Oh yeah. And whatever they thought they intended, God knew he was going to make America the land of the free. And it took a while for everybody, but here we are. And freedom, as Ronald Reagan said, is only one generation away from being lost. Amen. And we're about to lose it, folks. You know why? Because morally, our generation today is illiterate morally. Moral relativism is killing our society. It's all about whatever's good for you is good for you. What feels right to you feels right to you. What feels right to me feels right. Anything goes now. These kids can be 5 and 6 and 7 and can work a video game and can't read. So when you start talking about moral literacy, man, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, all can relate to that.
Yep.
That's your message. It doesn't make any difference about what you look like. I don't know any black parent that if you really sit them down, any Asian parent, any Native American parent, Hispanic or white, if you really sit that person down and ask him, ma'am, sir, do you really want what's best for your children? The average person, even if they're not doing all the right things, are going to say yes. Are going to say yes. So that's something we can connect on. Moral literacy. We got to get back to putting God first in our country. Amen. Somebody said, well, the Tea Party message is not about God. You lied. Because every Tea Party person I know, and every 912 person I really know, believes in God.